you have to take life on life's terms. And it took me so long to learn this. It really, really did. Like, if I had done this 10 years ago, I would have been a mess. Like, now I do miss the gym. Like, last night, for example, I was kind of staring off whimsically into the stars going, I just want to train my chest. Simon Littledale here, thank you for joining me as always, and today is basically an update video, because very kindly, people are kind, can see how much sleep I had last night, and I've been asking a few questions about my hand, the broken hand, what's going on, when can you go back to the gym, when are you going to start resting again, what are the doctors saying? And we are now 4.5 weeks, essentially. It was 4 weeks on Saturday. We're now on Wednesday, so we'll call it 4.5 weeks. And I suppose the disappointment, that's right, it's a sad video, comes in the form that when I first did break it, and I went to see doctors, etc., they probably said after 4 weeks, you can at least get back to the gym, and you're going to be able to start putting force through it. Now, the swelling has come down loads. I'm able to use it far more than I have been able to, especially this week. The mouse has gone back onto the right hand, which was like a revelation. It was a bit annoying as well. So I've just taught myself how to use the mouse with the left hand, and then we go back. Not that I care. The whole point is it's far easier on my right, but it's just not where it needs to be. I did go to the gym. I've been doing legs constantly to the point I probably overtrained my legs, which is ridiculous. I should have really taken a picture of my legs before and after, but I didn't because I'm stupid. We all know this. I'm an absolute idiot. And I did try or basically what I thought I'd do is I went to do a leg session because I didn't want to plan to do an upper body session and then realize, I can't do anything. So I went to do a leg session. I thought, well, I'll do some squats and I'll just do it with the bar because I thought that's pretty much as light and as unspecific to a hand movement as you can go while also still using your hand. And I think I got down about that much, and I literally mean, so my head went to about there, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to I'm going to be able to hold this bar. So I had to put it back, and I went back and did leg extension and hamstring raises and calf raises and leg press and over and over and over again, and no weighted Bulgarian split squats and standing squats, etc., which, as you can probably figure out, I'm totally bored of now because, you know, variety is still, well, I think it's important when you go to the gym, or at least doing progressive overload. I've got to the point now where, because I'm just using isolation machines, I'm at the top of every weight chain, which is great. Makes me feel awesome. Makes me feel like, yeah, I've done it. But again, I like to always make sure I'm moving forward. To the point, we're going way off tangent here, I did a light session last week. That's right. So I switched from doing sort of 8 to 10 reps to doing, I think, 16 to 18 reps. So I went really, really high. I was doing supersets. I was doing drop sets. So that's where we can tie it into the video as well. But if you do want to do the same routine, you can. For example, let's say you only like doing leg extension. I don't know why. You're a strange person. Or maybe you want monster quads and you've decided that's the way to do it. And you've been doing 100 kilograms. I don't know what the top of the weight machine is on yours, but you've been doing 100 kilograms for 8 to 10 reps. Well, why not move it down to 80 kilograms and start smashing out 16 to 18? Why not go really slow? Why not focus on that negative rep? Why not do a crazy Ryan Hummerston thing and try and do 100 reps? Like, there are all these things you can do to make sure you keep simulating your muscle. Anyway, going back to what this video is all about, the truth of the matter is it's just not healed as quickly as we would have liked. And if you know, I went to see somebody on Monday, like I say, who was, I don't want to say they were more intelligent than the other doctor. They just specified more in broken hand bones. And they were like, to be honest, I'm sure they were just trying to give you hope and trying to maybe hear what you wanted to hear. But 4 weeks is quite quick for the second metacarpal, which is what I have busted, to heal. So they gave me some exercise, thankfully, a lot of claw-like stuff and making sure my tendons, don't completely freeze up. Apparently the finger likes doing that. If you hurt anything in your hand and your fingers are desperate to freeze up and desperate to lock up. So you need to make sure you keep moving them so they don't do that. So I do have some exercises. So what I'm hoping is, again, we're on day 3 of doing them now. If I can smash them for 7 days and then next Monday I can try again. If that doesn't work, the Monday after that I can try again. And if it really is a worst case scenario, it's going to be like, 7 to 8 weeks before I can do anything. And I do miss wrestling a lot. But as we have spoken about here on the channel, given what the channel is about, I don't like the word struggle because it's got a different connotation in 2022, but I'll use it in the most literal sense of the term. But I really struggle is just not going to the gym. Again, I'm happy that I can still do legs, and you should always work around your injuries as long as you can. Health and safety first is the most important thing. Like, I did try and do some upper body stuff a week or so ago using my sort of forearms. I created this apparatus where I kind of used wrist straps, and I was able to do some push and I was able to do some pull. But the problem is your body's a funny old thing, or at least with this injury, and all it did is send force down my arm into my hand, and my hand started to hurt. And I'm just not doing anything that hurts my hand because I've been there before. Too many times I have tried to work through injuries, work through being hurt, because I just wanted to get back in the gym, and all you do is you hurt it worse, and what would have been a 4 to 6 week recovery time comes 8 week to 3 month recovery time. Sometimes you just have to accept you can't go to the gym. But that doesn't mean that it isn't easy. And while we have done videos about this before, I think it's always worth repeating, because there's going to be loads of you watching this right now who are either in the exact same situation, or you will be, or you have been. When you have a good routine going and you're eating healthy and you're feeling good, the last thing you want is anything to stop it, even if it's a little tweak, right? Say it's leg day, Wednesday, leg day, you're going to do legs, and you get out of bed and you tweak your hamstring. This is the kind of mental gymnastics you go through. You tell yourself, oh, I'm sure I'll be all right. I'll make sure I warm up loads, and I make sure I warm down loads. And what usually happens is you go and you make that hamstring even worse. And you wake up the next day like, oh, why did I do it? Secretly, you don't care because it's not an upper body injury, so you can still smash that out. But you have to take life on life's terms. And it took me so long to learn this. It really, really did. Like, if I had done this 10 years ago, I would have been a mess. Like, now I do miss the gym. Like last night, for example, I was kind of staring off whimsically into the stars going, I just want to train my chest, because I'm a very, very strange person. But yeah, a decade or so ago, I just wouldn't have known what to have done with myself. And I just like run around going, oh man, because, you know, if you're like me, the gym is the time where you can just chill out. Even though you're working hard and you're being intense and you're trying to achieve something. I know, and I am in the Fitness Palace of Love, trademark 2019, I suppose, 20, I don't know what it was. I don't worry about anything else. All my problems flutter away. And of course, they're still there and I have to return to them when I come back. But sometimes it actually goes the other way. I am thinking about the problem, but I figure out a way to you know, get to the other side, to solve it, which is what the gym is all about anyway, right? So the cool thing about the gym is the whole point is pick up a heavier weight than you did last time, or, you know, a situation to that effect. And you can take that and you can apply it to your real life. And sometimes your brain goes, oh my gosh, I know how I can, you know, sort out that work issue. I can do that. And when it does get taken away, you try and find ways to compensate with that. And usually I would do more work. That sounds ridiculous, but I love what I do. I get to make videos, but I wasn't able to do that either. And I know that another extension of this is that some people would just eat. You know, they will eat for comfort, which a lot of us do. And I did a little bit of that too, although that was more just me relaxing on my diet, because I was like, you know what, I can't train, I can do legs, I can do a little bit of cardio now, thankfully back to cardio properly. And yeah, I'm just going to chill out for a few days and try and mentally just be super zen and kind of send positive messages, hoping that my hand healed itself even quicker. But this is something that a lot of people do, so don't beat yourself up if you do get injured and then find in a week's time you've also given up on your diet, because again, we're funny creatures. The way it should work is, well, I can't do as much exercise, I can't burn as much calories, I can't be as active as I want to be, so let's reduce my food intake, because that way it will be in balance, right? And I probably won't put on much weight, I probably won't lose much weight, and everything will be okay. But no, because we get sad, depressed, whichever word you want to use, you're like, actually, I'm going to go completely forget about my diet because you've lost your focus, you've lost your will, and before you know it, you're eating a cheeseburger on Wednesday at 3 p.m. and you're like, what kind of crazy world is this? Nobody should be eating a cheeseburger at 3 p.m., which of course is not true. If you want a cheeseburger at 3 p.m., eat a flipping cheeseburger at 3 p.m. I mean, there's protein in the meat. That is the way to justify it. So it is hard, it is difficult, but look, I'm still here. I still get to make videos. There's still a bunch of other stuff going on in my life that I can appreciate and I can enjoy. And if I can't wrestle throughout May, I can't wrestle throughout May. If I can't train upper body throughout May, I can't do it. I think the reason when you get to the 1 month mark, why all of a sudden it feels like an extra sledgehammer to the hand in this scenario, is because usually you can hold on to your muscle mass for around about 4 weeks. I mean, that's a ridiculous thing for me to say because it's going to be different for everyone. But I always know for around about 4 weeks, as long as I'm eating right, you know, it's not too bad. But then I get past that month point and it's just downhill. So I already know. People have already started commenting on videos, why do you look smaller? It's like, man, if you just kept up with my video content, you would know. And that stuff is hard to deal with because nobody wants to be told that. If you're going to the gym to put on size and then some random person tells you, oh, you look well small, when you already know it too, it's like an extra punch to the face. But it is all part of the gym process. So many videos are always talking about, here's how you get bigger biceps, here's how you get bigger triceps, here's how you get your cardio up, here's how you get abs, lose fat, put on muscle. And all of that is important. That's the building blocks. But it's a mental game first and foremost. If you're not mentally ready for any of that, you're never going to achieve it. And that's the same on the other end too. Meaning when you cannot train, you cannot eat, you cannot do the things that you want to do, you have to be mentally prepared for that too. Maybe you even have fail-safes in place. Maybe you have a plan B. For example, I've been doing a lot of planks. Why? Because I'm able to put my forearms on the floor and hold myself and relax my right hand, meaning I don't get any pressure when I'm doing that. So I've been doing planks. You know, it kind of works your muscles. You get a little bit of muscle stimulus and you're working your core, etc., etc. So those are the things you've got to do. Try to do a bit of yoga, impossible. Actually, DDPY, their, minimal movement one is quite good, but I also find that quite easy because I like to think that I'm still in shape. I'm just losing a little bit of musculature. So basically, this is just a platform that we have that we can rant every now and then, and hopefully it helps you too. I know, again, sort of back in the day, if I could have just seen someone telling me it's okay to be injured and it's okay not to train and it's okay to lose some size and it's okay to do X, Y, and Z, it probably would have helped me a little bit because I I know there were times, especially when I had my really bad shoulder injury, again, videos on the channel, where you feel really alone with this. And you can't, I mean, that was like an 8th month recovery time. You can't even fathom going back to the gym. And it's just like, but look, here we are years later. At the time, not now, obviously. I got my size back, I got my routine back, I got my diet back, and it was like it was never happened. It was just an experience that hopefully I can learn from and that I won't do again. So if you are going through your own injury struggles, I feel for you. Some people feel like if they don't go to the gym or they don't try and work around it, they're a failure in some way because they're not a tough guy or a tough girl. That's absolute nonsense. Do what works for you, right? Like if you sprained your ankle, yeah, you can go hobble around the gym and do upper body. If you've broken both your hands, it's probably best you just stay at home. It's probably best that you don't even do legs because you've got broken both your hands. Maybe just ultimate rest is going to be what you need. So remember, there is not a one shoe fits all to this. Do what you feel comfortable with. Do what makes you feel good. And even if you need to take a month off doing anything, as long as when you get to week 5, you get back on your diet, you get back on the gym, even if you have eaten pizza for like 30 days, you will get back to where you are. It's all about consistency, it's all about dedication, and it's all about waiting, to be honest, and trial and error. And nobody wants to hear these things, but it's true. So I appreciate you letting me moan and whine and be a melancholy fellow. And yeah, Monday, what are we on today? I got the date over there, the 11th of May. So hopefully by 12:30, 16th of May, we'll try again. And I tell you, I tried to do a push-up. That's really what I did. And I was like, man, I can't even do a push-up. So when we can do a push-up, we shall return to the gym. And otherwise, I will just do legs over and over and over. Now, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Get the bell ding ding so you know other videos are going live. There will be another video on the screen. Why don't you give it a click? GrillofMine.com/Simon if you want to get Grill of Mine products and get 10% off. Use the code Simon. Also, spam that comment section. I forgot to say it. YouTube loves it. Helps with the algorithm. Helps with the channel. Helps with the views. Also, Greg Doucette's Power 13 cookbook. You know all of this. At Simon316 on Instagram and Twitter. SimonMiddle.BigCartel.com for merch. Cameo will be turned back on soon. There's a reason it hasn't, but I'll get it sorted as soon as I can. But thank you for your support. Thank you to everyone who did send me very nice messages about my hand. You're good people, and I'm very, very lucky to have you, and I will see you soon.